Hello guys, welcome back to Ride Restored. So today I'm just going to crack open a beer first, because the motto of Ride Restored is always you keep the beers flowing, the bodywork glowing, and you keep the engines going. Let's do this, guys. Right, so today guys, as you can see, I'll just show you a few things before we start. So obviously it's just got a small garage, it's not that big really, but so I've got a front wheel lock, new, what I've got a Timu. Also I've got a clutch lock, as you can see, and showing a bit of so I'm getting the bike out of the garage and moving it forward there, and then we're going to show you some electrics. I'll show you a bit about the bike and the setup on the electrics, what I had to do before I even did anything with the bike. So today guys is the first episode of the Thundercat, so Yamaha Thundercat 600R 1998 model. So like I said, what I'm going to show you is the electrics. I'm going to show you some bits on the electrics, what I had to do before when I first got the bike, because it didn't start, nothing, and I'll show you and what I diagnosed and how I did it and how I got it to even turn on. There was no lights on the bike whatsoever, so I'll show you that. And after that, what I'm going to do is show you how to do a bead seal with some slime, because the back tyre is pretty much a brand new, so I'm not going to change that. I will in the future, but obviously money and stuff, so £100 for a new tyre, but it's got a brand new tyre on, so it's got a bead leak. The tyre keeps the pressure, but it's got a slow leak, so over time it wears down. So we're going to do that today, so let's do this, guys. We've got lights in the situation now, so lights in the garage, one over there, one in the middle and one there, as you can see. So I got them off Timu as well, if anyone's wondering. And I've obviously got that little bin off Timu. I've got just a few bits and bobs here, so that I've had for a while. A few tools. I've got new indicators, what we're doing in the next few episodes, and dynamic, waterproof, stuff like that. And I'll just show you a few bits in the garage. I love that one. That's pretty much like Ride Restored, that one there. Harley Davidson. And I've got the Santa Pod poster. If you've not been to Santa Pod, I suggest you check it out at the website there, the bottom right. Right, so we're going to get this out now and I'll come back to you. So I've got the bike out currently now, guys, and I'll just show you. Let me take the reseat off by putting the key in, turning it full lock like that, and then you can take the seat off, which is like that. So that's just the seat. I'll put that to the side. So I'll just show you some information about this. So what I did was, so one of the things is the main battery, so I replaced that battery. Before I got the battery, it had no battery in the bike. I bought it off a friend, and basically what I did was I looked to the starter relay solenoid, which is this. It has two underneath, two 30 amp fuses, and one of them had blown, so I replaced that. But this is not the starter relay that come with the bike. I replaced it because the pins were loose. So basically when the bike was turned on, it wouldn't, no lights would come on, no neutral, nothing, because the pins were very unstable on the back side of this. Obviously didn't replace any fuses. I checked them all up, and I got an Atom battery, which is a gel one, which is the best you can get. Obviously you can see at the back here the wiring needs still fixing. That's not me, that's previous owner. And then you've just got a little cubby hole that you can put your stuff in here. That's the tank bolt that you can take off. So overview of everything. Got a new battery for it. I replaced that 30 amp fuse, just to let you know. There's two 30 amp fuses under there, which I've just said. If one of them blows, then you'll have no power to go into the bike. Just so you know, any Thundercat riders or Yamaha riders, always check the starter relay. So it's this underneath, you pull it out. Obviously make sure you disconnect your battery. Obviously you make sure that's your negative, that's your positive. make sure you disconnect them, and then underneath there's two 30 amp fuses. They're usually green fuses. Make sure then none of them are popped. If they are, replace one, put it back in, and then check your bike, and then wait. I bet you when you turn the key on it should work. So that's a bit of overview of the electrical system. Like I say, I did do a lot on it. I've obviously reorganised the wires, make sure cleaned all the pins up with some sandpaper and stuff like that, make sure all the fuses are present. There's a fuse in that I replaced. I think that's for the hand grips, which I've got on the bike, as you can see there. They came with the bike, they were a bit weathered. Maybe I'll refresh that at some point. So we're going to move on to it now. I'm going to move on to the back tyre. So as you can see, it's currently low. I need to take the valve stem out, which is in the valve stem. Maybe I'll move it forward a bit because I think it's underneath there. And what I'm going to do is take the valve stem out and put some of this stuff in, this slime stuff, so that it will seal the inside of the bead. Obviously that's the tyre, this is what you need. So it's a specialised tool. So it's a valve stem remover. So you put it in there, as you can see, and you turn it left, and you can pull out. I'll show you. So just before I do as well, I'll tell you a bit about the bike. So it's 36,000 on. That says 44,000 km. I'm gonna redo these, repaint them black. So repaint all these black. Also I'm gonna repaint that eventually, which is the front. As you can see, it's had a bit of like sun on it. But all in all, it's a really good bike. I changed the oil on it. I changed oil filter, air filters. Basically done a full carb clean underneath and all that. Took the carbs out, which I've shown on the last video. I will be replacing these indicators, as you can see. Look at that, snapped completely. I got the bike like that. I have got the indicators in there. And Temu, thanks to Temu, they sent me 8. I only needed 4, but I can use them on another bike. So the dynamic indicators, these are the old ones, as you can see, the previous owner or owners. So then they're the originals, and these are like upgraded. But I'm going to change all 4 all round. So right, what I'm going to do is I'll just show you a few more bits. Maybe you don't know. So this is your solenoid. This is the fuses. Let's pop that off. So as you can see, so it's got it tells you what the fuses are here. Like I say, I've checked all these, and usually have 2 spurs which are in there. 20. So it says here. So the fan is 7.5 amp, which is one of these. Here. The ignition is 7.5, so the fan and ignition are them 2. And then the 15 is the signals. I'll just pull that out now. There you go. So we'll just check that. To check it, you check the middle there. So see that little hoop going round, or you check for any burns as well. If that's broken, that's fine to me. Yeah, and always check the inside that there's no corrosion. So right, that's that. I'll pop that back in. The rubber's a bit broken on that side. So the signals have been checked. So the head is a 20 amp. So that's the main one. Right, so make sure they're all seated properly, and then that just goes back on. Yeah, it goes in way. Right, so there you go. Just clips it in, and then make sure you don't interfere with anything. That's your coolant in here. Like I say, the Atom battery has done me well. It's going to cost me, I think it was £43 for that. Make sure all the connections are clean, which as you can see, they're pretty clean. Yeah, they're pretty clean. All the connections. That one's a bit Like I said, it was very rusty before, so if anyone else has got any questions, please let me know. But the 30 amp fuse on the starter relay, which is this, I changed the pins. You can buy the starter relay complete separate if you have any problems with it, but if it's just a fuse that's blown, you can change that. As you can see, I've zip tied it to that because the bracket broke, so that's another tip. As well as any other stuff, you can just, this here I crimped on because it needed a new one. And then I put it under the negative because it's going to here, which is the hot grips, the Oxford hot grips. Right, that's the electrics, guys. We'll go on to the tyre now. Welcome back, guys. So we take the valve out here. I'll show you. Take the cap off there, and it's got a valve, as you can see. If you can see that, it's got a valve in the middle. So this is the tool that you take it out with. So I'll just take it out now. Just give you a sec. And so this is the valve that just currently took out. As you can see, it's got a seal around it. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm just going to put this line in. Obviously it goes around into it. It says put 237 millilitres in. As you can see, guys, that's where it's going in there. So it's going in right now. 237 mil. Just keep going until the bottle's empty. But I suggest you get this slime stuff because it's rated for high speeds and lasts for a long time. That's not done that. Make sure you've got some tissue and stuff to wipe it off. Right, I'll come back to you when I've done that, guys. So what I'm going to do now, guys, as you can see, I put the green slime in the top. It's all empty now. So I'm going to put this back in, make sure it goes in this way, facing downwards, so that way in the bike, and then I'm going to screw it in with that special tyre valve tool. So after you've done that, guys, you want to make sure the valve is fully tight. So on the back tyre, as you can see there, make it sure it's fully tight, and then pump up to the required PSI on the rear and 36 on the front. The front is okay, but I'm just going to pump it up now, and then we'll come back to you once I've done, guys. As you can see, guys, I've only got a foot pump, but I'm going to get a compressor one soon, which will make it easier pumping it up. So I've tightened the valve up, and now we're going to pump the tyre up to 36. Well, guys, we're back. So just to let you know how to put a seat on. So it goes on at the front. I know you might already know this, but it goes in like that, and then it slots into that hole, as you can see. Just pop it down, make sure it goes in the hole. There you go, nothing's obstructing it, and then that's pretty much it. So I've done the tyre now, it's all pumped up, as you can see. I'm going to start the bike up, guys. So like I say, if you're not already subscribed to Ride Restored, please do so. We've got a lot more videos coming along in the future. I'm going to start the bike up, and for every subscriber, yeah, I'll give you a rev for it. So I'm going to start it up now. Let's go. Right, so I'll turn the bike on, guys. Make sure the switch is off. Right, I'm going to put the choke on because I'm not started it for a while, and then we're going to start it up. So I'm going to give you 5 revs because we've got 5 subscribers. So listen to this beauty. So 5 revs, guys. 5 revs, 1 for each subscriber. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a few more. So please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Keep the bass flowing, the bodywork glowing, and the engine's going, guys. Rock and roll. See you in the next one.